Take a look at your video titles. Could it be that they are too passive? Passive video titles are ones that people often just pass by without getting triggered enough to click on those video titles. And that could be one reason why you're not getting enough views if people are not clicking on your video titles. So one strategy that I recommend is to add what I like to call an urgency trigger to your video titles. And it's exactly as the word says, it adds a bit of urgency so that people click on your title now rather than later. Let's do this with an example. So this is what a passive video title looks like. How to buy stocks, stock investing for beginners. Sounds very academic. I mean, it could almost be the title of a book. Now, here is what an active or urgent video title might look like for the same topic. Best stocks to buy now in 2021 that are perfect for short-term investment. So notice that if you think that the second title is more clickable and it catches you, then some of the reasons are because it has 3 clickable elements inside it. The first is the words buy now. Buy now obviously triggers immediacy, okay? Something that you need to buy right now. So it's a very, very strong urgency trigger. The second thing is the date. So if it says 2021 and you're watching this in 2021, you'd be like, okay, this information would be timely and relevant for me. And the third element is the promise, perfect for short-term investment. So it kind of seals the deal and you're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm looking to invest right now. This is information that's timely and it serves the result that I want, which is the short-term investment. So you are more likely to click on this video title because it contains an urgency trigger that makes you click versus the academic sounding one. So in this video, I want to share with you 3 different types of urgency triggers that you can add to your video titles that'll get people to click on them immediately. So are you ready? Hey go-getter, I'm Salma Jafri, and on this channel, I'm going to help you grow your visibility, credibility, and profitability with YouTube. So go ahead and click the red subscribe button and the bell icon, and let's begin. So this whole thing about urgency triggers came about during one of my coaching calls with my clients as I was reviewing their video titles. And I was like, there is something lacking from these video titles. They have no real need for somebody to click on them right now. And so before we go any further, what I would like to say is if you are looking for some help with your YouTube channel, or you're looking to start a channel or grow a channel, then I have a brand new free training that you should check out for anyone looking to start or grow their YouTube channel. I'll also link to it in the description below. Go and check it out after this video. Okay, so now let's talk about what are urgency triggers and what would get people to click on your videos much faster than they normally would. Okay, so we're going to talk about 3 different kinds of urgency triggers. So the first one is going to be fear-based. Everyone is afraid of losing out on something, and that is what this trigger is going to address. The second urgency trigger is going to be the rapid growth trigger. Everyone wants to go somewhere or get some kind of result faster. And so that's what this trigger is going to talk about. And the third one is going to be a numbers-based urgency trigger because people love stats and specific results. So let's get started and let me break down and give you some examples of all 3. So a fear-based trigger taps into FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out. Every one of us, if we're human, we have a fear, a natural fear that if we don't do something or if we don't learn something or if we don't know something, we're going to fall behind a little bit or we're going to fall back in life or we're not going to learn something or we're just going to not be as far ahead as our peers. So it's a very, very natural fear, and this fear of missing out taps into 2 things. What is the cost of not doing something? And what am I going to lose if I don't do this? So you want to harness both those two feelings into your video titles. What is the cost of not doing something or not taking action? And what am I going to lose if I don't watch this video? What am I going to not know, right? So let's do this with a few examples. So the first one I have for you is a video title that is a fear-based video title. It's called, Will the Housing Market Crash in 2021? My Predictions. Now, this sort of encapsulates the fear that somebody who's either buying or selling real estate might have about the real estate market, and they're wondering if a crash is coming during these times. So they're wondering if this bubble will last. Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Like, what's going to happen? They have this inherent fear that if they don't take action right now, then they might lose out, or maybe they should wait to take action, so they're not sure, right? Now imagine if this entire video title was something more bland, like the housing market crash 2021. Doesn't invoke that same fear, does it? That if adding in that slight bit of urgency trigger does. Here's another example. Are you still paying massive power bills? So you're like, oh my God, is my electricity bill, like, could it be lower? Am I being taken for a ride here? Like, if this video simply said, install solar panels, you'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I know solar panels are going to help me reduce my electricity bill. But if you title that video, Install Solar Panels, it just sounds very bland and boring, versus if you say, are you still paying massive power bills? It immediately taps into your fear of losing money. A third example, life-saving travel hacks you must know. And you're like, I'm going to travel, or I like to travel. Well, what are some things that I absolutely need to know when I'm traveling in order to stay safe? Now imagine if this was a bland title called How to Travel Safely. You're like, yeah, I know how to travel safely. I'm going to keep my wits about me and keep my possessions and put my cash in different places, but retitled with an urgency trigger, life-saving hacks you must know, or life-saving travel hacks you must know, it invokes urgency. Oh my God, I must click on this video, watch the video to know, are there any travel hacks that I didn't know? So fear-based titles induce curiosity, and they get you the curiosity click because people want to know what happens next. Are they missing out on something? Do they not know something? And that is why a fear-based urgency title works. Now, before we go forward, I do want to announce this week's viewer of the week, and it is Gray with Glasses. Thank you so much for being here. I loved what you wrote. If you would like to be featured as Viewer of the Week, make sure you leave a valuable comment on this video about how my content has helped your YouTube journey. And now, back to our video. Okay, let's move on to our second urgency trigger, which is our rapid growth trigger. Now, there is a formula that works pretty much every time when you want to help somebody understand how to get rapid growth results. And that formula is as follows: how to do X in X. So the first X is the result that they want to achieve. And the second X is time-based. So how to get a specific result in X amount of time. That is the formula. And the reason that this formula works so well is because people want to do stuff, but they want to get rapid results. They want to do it faster. They want to do it before everybody else. They want to do it in record time, right? Everyone's in a rush. I don't know why. So some examples of this rapid growth trigger could be how to get a 10% return on your investment in 10 weeks. How to launch a YouTube channel in 1 day. Watch my training for that. How to grow your email list to 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. How to launch your online course in 30 days. How to bake a cake in 10 minutes. Now you could add some variations. For example, you could do how to bake a cake without an oven in 30 minutes. Or you could do a variation like how to grow your email list even if you have no followers in 2 weeks or 10 days or whatever, right? So you could add in some more conditions according to the video that you are creating, but this is the general formula to follow for adding a rapid growth trigger. You want to promise people a certain result or a roadmap for getting that certain result, and you want to do it in a certain amount of time. Just make sure that whatever you're promising in the title is actually true inside your video, because if it's not, people are going to click away and not watch your video, and that's going to send the YouTube algorithm a signal that people are not watching this video and perhaps your title was too clickbaity. So whenever you're using any of these urgency triggers, just make sure that the promise of the title matches the promise inside your video. All right, so trigger number 3 is a numbers-based trigger. Possibly like the easiest kind of trigger that you can use in pretty much any type of YouTube video. Here are some examples. 9 reasons why you need to ditch plastic. 6 ways to start writing a story. 10 odd cat behaviors and what they mean. Now, notice something about all of these examples and about these numbers-based triggers is that they confirm a hypothesis that you're probably already thinking and believing. So let's take the first one, 9 reasons why you need to ditch plastic. So you're probably already thinking that plastic is bad for the environment, and you're probably already starting to feel eco-friendly and wanting to do something that is not using plastic, and you just need to know how to do that. So you already believe that using plastic is wrong, and 9 reasons why you want to ditch plastic sort of makes you confirm something that you already believe. Same for the second one, 6 ways to start writing a story. So you're probably already thinking of writing a story, or you want to write a story, and you're like, how do I start? Like, what should be the first sentence, right? And the same thing for the last one. You probably already think that you want to understand your cat better, right? So you're thinking, okay, 10 odd cat behaviors and understanding what they mean. Now, these kind of video titles tap into something known in psychology as a confirmation bias. A confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information in a way that confirms or supports one's prior beliefs or values. So when you marry a number-based trigger with something that people already believe and they want to confirm that belief, that locks in that trigger title where they're like, oh my God, I already believe this. I want to know more about this. And they don't have to think too much about clicking on that title because they want to believe that, right? So marrying a numbers-based trigger with a confirmation bias, and this is where you need to know your audience and what they believe in, but that is a really, really good strategy to get people to click on your videos faster. Okay, I would love to know, which of these urgency triggers are you going to use in your next video title and why? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to go watch my brand new training on how to launch and grow your YouTube channel that's going to teach you how to get instant views and credibility even if you're starting from zero. I'll link to everything in the description below, and you can go and watch this video next also on titles. I'll see you next time.